can concede Brent is indeed a better Widowmaker than I am.
Yeah, well, I was playing support, so I can't really say much about that from my side of things. We've already had a pretty massive upset in our Widow v Widow 1v1s. Carpe lost in the finals last year and was looking to get revenge, was looking to make it this time, but was stopped short by a very surprising opponent in Nene, who has played a lot of Widow in his career, not so much in this meta. As you can see here, he takes out Carpe with a 7-6 scoreline. And that's already shaking up the bracket quite a bit as we have teammate matchup Pine Nene on the Atlantic side, and Diem will face off against Fleta.
Yeah, another NYXL versus NYXL matchup going to be coming through there, but then we have Diem going up against Fleta. Dropped a couple kills to Shu, but Diem came in clean 7-0 versus Violet, who was probably the most recent Widow pop-off that we had in the Overwatch League regular season with on Gibraltar as well.
Yeah, Diem has kind of been a Widow specialist for the Shanghai Dragons. They've used him on specific maps and matchups, whereas opponents aren't going to be able to challenge him. For example, use it against Vancouver Titans when they weren't running Stitch on the lineup. So he's very much a specialist player in terms of the Widow. Fleta is more known for his Widow in the past, Pine as well. And Nene is another one of those players who's known more for his Tracer, more for his Zarya, back in his days in LW Red before joining NYXL. But we do know that he played a lot of Widow in the past and is very skilled at it. He definitely comes in as the underdog against Pine, you would say, though, given Pine's, record on hit scan and in the past. I mean, he's one of the big favorites to take this whole thing of the 4 we have left.
For sure, but already just seeing that upset that we just had, Nene taking down Carpe, you would as well be an underdog in that matchup, but he managed to come out on top. It was down to the wire, but he managed to clinch that out, so maybe he can do it again. Close to twice in a row. Obviously, we're gonna be starting with the other side of the bracket, Fleta going up, but no, maybe he can do it twice. We'll have to find out.
These are our quarterfinal scores in this matchup. These are not career stats between these two. But you could see the stats pretty similar across the board in terms of most everything but highest shot here. And, these two players, again, when you look at the history of them, most players point to Fleta as the favorite, but he dropped a few rounds to Shu, which is no surprise given Shu's ability to aim very well. You can see it on the Ana, you see it on the Widow when he flexes over. So I think this is going to be a close one. My money's on Diem here, though, I have to say.
I mean, I would kind of have to side with you in that regard. Fleta's going to have to step it up a little bit to try to clean things up. Those 3 losses, a bit of a, poor mark on him. But, overall, still, he's made it to the semifinals. He's going to come in prepared. They've got the backing of the players on stage, encouraging them, jazzing them up, especially Nene there at the end and Jonak before him. Those guys really getting everybody worked up for it. But let's go ahead and start things off, guys. It's our semifinal matchup, Diem versus Fleta.
Two Korean players from very different backgrounds in terms of where they came from before the Overwatch League and where they stand in the Overwatch League. Both teams, Shanghai Dragons and Seoul Dynasty, getting their first playoffs ever this year. Seoul first,
yeah,
Shanghai
one after the other.
Yep, and these two players have shifted in terms of priority on the roster. Fleta has certainly been sitting on the bench a lot recently, so for him to come back and potentially take this tournament, I think would prove to the world that even though he's not being fielded most of the time right now on Zarya, that his skills also lie in other heroes, in hit scan.
Yeah.
And I do think that it would mean a lot for him to take this, not only the semis, but to go to the finals and prove to the world that, remember how good I am at Widowmaker. Do not forget, even though I've been on the Zarya for so long. I think that's the story of a lot of these players, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of in keeping with Pine's story at the moment. It's been a very long time since we've seen it. We already know just how darn good he is at that Widowmaker, but it's been so long since we've seen him fielded. Has not started at all. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it on the Necropolis. Gee, I'm going to be looking for that first shot. These guys playing right up next to each other. Fleta knocked down quite low.
Yep. Trade, though.
Up over the top. Looking for the shot in the midair. Unable to find it. Misses 2.
Those are really hard ones to hit, in the air when you're moving at that velocity.
He's able to get him in the end. That's going to be Diem starting things off, up 1-0.
I think it is important to remind everyone of the rules. You can only do damage via headshots, cannot use poison traps or body shots to do damage, nor can you use machine guns.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hello?
That's how you do it.
I was still loading into the cast. Diem, he jump-started it. He's up 2-0 all of a sudden.
He's had a very impressive start here. See if he can continue the momentum.
He's trying to do it again. Fleta's like, nah, I'm not going that door. Not twice in a row.
Oh.
Peels it back. has an idea of where he's at, but hasn't spotted him yet, so doesn't have concrete evidence. And that's that fear that gets put in your mind when you're in this situation. It's how I felt playing against Brent. You never know what angle he's going to come from.
Certainly difficult.
So, slow and steady. Just hope that they don't get the peek on you first.
You also don't want to reveal your position, so you want to take a sure shot. That one's not it.
But that one is. Follow-up coming in from Fleta. Pushing aggressively forward with the grapple. Manages to go ahead and put one on the board.
Jaehong, Fleta's teammate, looks on behind him as well. As this could certainly turn around. Oh, they spot each other early.
Oh, okay, but Fleta shuts it down.
These two players are looking incredible, though. I mean, these are quick scopes. You know, we're not seeing the indecision we've seen from some of the players in the previous rounds. These are fast rounds. There is no fear and there's no uncertainty in the shots. That's what you love to see.
Yeah, the flicks coming in. Looking fantastic so far. So all tied up. Fleta, I believe he might have spotted him out, but rotating around, so it seems like he didn't quite see him.
Yeah, just going to play it passive for now. High ground advantage massive here for Diem if he can remain hidden.
Just waiting as he sneaks his way through. Starts pushing his way outside. Yeah, come out. That's what that's what he would like. Fleta trying to push up over the top, thinks better of it.
He wanted to see if he would bait a shot with that as well to reveal Diem's position. That's why he didn't commit all the way up to where he'd be more vulnerable.
And remember, as we hit 60 seconds, they are both going to be revealed. They'll be able to see each other through the map, but now they have an idea of their positioning.
Very passive.
Yep. We're all tied up. That's when the stress really starts setting in. Don't have a clear lead on either side. Want to be able to take the lead here. Jump up over the top. This is out on the angle. Fleta now, knowing where he's at. Tries to hit him from above. He makes it down below the bridge for just a moment. They're playing around the staircases here. No one able to land anything. Up over the top, Diem! He'll scoop the kill. 3-2.
That's the moment where you can see there's just simply more vision and more field of view when you're above. Diem flicks downwards and gets that kill. Both these players flick-style Widowmaker players, meaning that they flick towards the head and don't track. So you see these quick deaths. They're almost always guaranteed headshots.
Quick deaths indeed, Wolf. We just keep going back and forth now, 3-3. Keeping it very tight-knit. Fleta showing the world that Diem can bleed in this tournament.
Certainly can.
Risky plays.
See who backs off first, because peeking always puts you at the disadvantage if your opponent is looking first. It's going to try to mislead him.
Yeah, tries to push over the side. Diem just actually coming right out the same door. Reload has to come through for Fleta. Oh, can't get ready in time. Will be taken down.
Looks like he may have run into the pillar there while he was reloading, panicking a little bit. Trying to strafe to the side. Found himself caught, but this is still neck and neck.
Straight out the door. This time Diem not going to be able to find the shot. Fleta gets himself out. Just grappling over to the side. Keeps himself obscured from vision for now. As they wait for those grapple cooldowns to come back up.
High ground advantage. But he doesn't know exactly where he is.
Yeah, it spots him out now. So shots come through. Tries to catch him, but he makes it inside. Grapple over the side very aggressively here from Fleta. Can't get that shot off, though. And the dancing continues. Push up over the top, but Fleta just brings himself to his own demise. 5-3. Diem in the lead.
When you see such passive play between these players, you know that both of these players respect how mortal they are. You know, really, poking out might cause you to lose because these guys just simply aren't missing. It's all about who gets that headshot first.
Oh, Fleta tries to grapple to the side again, but Diem, he knows the speed, he knows the timing of how quickly he's going to shoot to the side.
He's proving that it's just simply too risky to try to use the grapple when your opponent has line of sight. This is match point now for Diem.
Push out opposite sides to start. So Fleta at least has a bit more room to work with, isn't immediately under pressure, so he can assess the situation and try to track down Diem.
Yeah, Diem has a lot more ability to play risky as well because he is up 3 points.
Spotted him though. That grapple inside. Diem saw him go in, but he doesn't know that he's not pushing through the building.
Yeah, I don't think he knows. He's still trying to assess.
Both going to be up over the top. Just found patiently. Diem looking down below. If Fleta could peek him right now, would have the advantage. And that's going to be it.
Fleta just hid so long he didn't know where he was. I was just simply guessing. But you're okay to guess like that when you're, up 3 points. It's now up only 2. If you get the lucky kill, if you spot him, you win. If you die, you still got more chances here.
Ooh, almost found Diem right there. No connections coming through yet, but they know exactly where each other are at. Grapple up over the top. Oh, Fleta barely misses the shot. Knows better than the push around that pillar right there in that moment. Tries to bait it out. Drop down through from Diem. He barely saw that. Sees him hiding around the pillar.
Just gonna wait it out.
Get rid of the trap. You can tell Fleta, he wants to get out of here, but he knows whenever he usually goes for the grapple, that's when he gets taken down. He's gonna try it anyway. Goes aggressively. Look around the side. Diem looking for the shot. Fleta dancing. He gets shot once. So very low on the HP bar. Diem not taking any damage in exchange, and he finally gets the last shot. Taking him down. Diem gonna be advancing into the grand final.
Impressive stuff here from both players, but it's Diem who wins out in the end.
Able to take that one away, 7-4 the score line. Punching his ticket into the grand final. We still have to figure out who his opponent is going to be, so we have one more semi coming up. The teammates getting ready to square off.